How's it going out there in Facebook land? She's just putting on a little moisturizer on all this freshly shaven skin. My face is so angry at me right now. Hi, Sistine. Hello. Hello, Anya. How are you? Go to camera 2 over here. Michelle, how's it going? Itchy throat. Corona, is that you? Can you hear me okay, guys? All right, let's put a little moisturizer on my face. Hi, Connell. How are you? She got lights and camera up all over. I haven't actually painted live for anybody to watch, I don't think. Beat that mug. Okay, if you insist. So, for those of you who are here with me, hello, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. We got 16 people watching. Hello, everybody. I'm going to probably post this up on YouTube later after this is done. It looks like I missed a couple hairs, so hopefully everything's cute when you're shaving up in the mirror until you miss a hair or two. My apologies for the buzzer. Vega ever painted live? Yeah, it's not. I don't normally do the Facebook Live thing, so. But I thought your voice was softer. Whisky. Well, if she's too loud, I can fix that. She's too aggressive. She's dropping stuff. Hold, please. I put up a sparkly background. I thought that was kind of fun. Okay. So I'm just throwing some moisturizer on my skin because it is angry. I woke up to cute little friend there. Stupid skin. She leaves it to get sisters to do. Yeah, there's lots of people going live, but you know what? I needed to film a thing, so here we are. Plus, like, what else am I doing with my day? Everything is softer with whiskey. Come on, beauty routine. Well, Miss Ava Roberts, hopefully I won't disappoint you. If anything's wrong, like if you're having problems seeing something, guys, just give me a shout. Hi, Jackie, how are you? Oh, seeing me put on my fabulousness. I miss your fabulousness. How's your cute baby? That picture of you and your new baby nursing is so cute. I love that you were able to get her to actually nurse. I think that's so amazing. The human body is pretty crazy. Oh, Vega has a problem. Uh-oh. Girl. She says, I have a problem. I tell you what, Vega, you're not alone, sis. Oh, so funny. Baby Amelia. Oh, what a cute name. So guys, I'm just starting off with a little primer. I'm using, what am I using today? The Perfect Matte from Krylon. You can see that little bad boy. Was that backwards on the screen? I may have to mirror it so you guys can read it if I hold something up to the screen. This stuff is ooey gooey, fabulousness. It fills in all your pores. I love it. Just keep dropping stuff. My problem is I haven't been. Oh, sis, you so cute. She says. She says that. I love you too, Vega. You're so cute. I'm throwing up the comments on the screen as I respond to them because if you watch this back later, like it's hard to keep track of what I'm responding to. Like my coffee mug. I shaved off all my facial hair, so I got that. Oh, she says it was backwards. All right. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. Camera, options, mirror. Let's see if that works a little bit better. Oh yeah, you can read that. Come on, Perfect Matt from Cryoland. I don't know if it's good for wrinkles, Michelle. I mean, it is, but it's heavy. Like, it's going to fill stuff in, but it's not going to, like, fix them. It may address the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles when you're wearing 18 pounds of makeup, but Vegas sees things horizontally. I don't think it's that late in the day, Sistine. So funny. She sees things horizontally. I love it. How's everybody doing out there? My lips are so chappy. When you look flop. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty, I'm feeling pretty pink today. I got out of that hot shower and my skin is like, I love it. Okay, so I am just sort of like taking a little bit of time. I want it to absorb into my skin just a little bit, so that I'm not putting makeup right on top of all of that ooey gooey creaminess. Ain't nobody got time for that. You know what? Actually, I think. Hold please. It's a little quiet. I'm going to turn on some music. I always normally paint with music, but I had to go digging for. I had to go digging for music that was something. Because you're from hell. That is true. I had to go digging for some music that was free to use. So let's see what we got here. Let us play some tunes. Hopefully. Let's do it, though, from my speakers. Sorry, hold please. I should have apparently done this before I sat down to paint. Oh, technology. Why do you hate me? To do Kelly. Is that Kelly Clarkson? I do love her, Brittany. She is so charming. I love her. All right. Let's connect to these bad boys. Okay, now, yes, I should be able to hear it, which is such a better sound quality. I just need a little music in the background. If it's too loud or you guys are annoyed by it, I can turn it off. Just somebody, shoot me a comment if it's too intense. We talked about this. Oops. Listen, a lot has happened. All right, let's get started. I did throw up my social media account. Yeah. All right, just grabbing some foundation and some sponges. I am pretty pale right now. I'm always pale, let's be honest, but I sometimes pick up a little bit more color as the summer goes on. Spending out time in my garden. A 4.2. I hate. Kids, can we talk about how much I hate all of this earth shaking and what have you? Oh man. So I'm a MAC full coverage girl. It is my favorite. It is just this big, giant, thick cake of concealery goodness. And I'm sort of just rough laying down. Laying down some makeup. Hitting all those high planes in my face. Which I put like this on my face and I look extra pink in comparison to the makeup, but that's okay. What? Oh gosh. Well, this year, very little, Michelle. I have hardly planted anything. But last year, I did a bunch of work. I have a little herb box outside, which is cute. I got tulips in my garden that are starting to come up out in the front. I have a bunch of stuff that's mostly summer perennials, so it shows up. Got a bunch of like drought-loving plants out in front, Russian sage. I have a couple trees I put in. Like every year I've been just trying to do more work at my house because when I moved in there was literally nothing when I started. It was just a blank canvas of nothingness. Which is not fun, I gotta tell ya what. But it's really changed the look of my yard. I replanted a bunch of lawn seed, like the first summer I moved in, which was crazy. Crazy, crazy. Um, one of my favorite things I planted last year is this weeping cherry tree. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I freaking love it. Yeah, come on, drive by. A social distancing yard tour. Better homos and gardens. I know, there's a lot of stuff we can't do. I should try and find like a side by side photo of what it looked like. There might be one on Instagram, actually. I might have done that already. I lose track a little bit. Okay, so I start sort of somewhere pale or somewhere in the middle, depending on on my mood. I go back and forth. Sometimes I'll lay down a cover of everything over my entire face, and then I'll add the highs and the lows. Sometimes I start light, work up. So like I was using NC15, this bad boy's NW20, so it's just a little bit darker, and I'm going to start like working out the perimeters. Just sort of creating rough shapes. But yeah, I was exhausted last night. It's not fun. And so like when that earthquake happened this morning, another aftershock, I thought it was a bad dream at first. I thought I was just like hallucinating. And then I realized I wasn't. But I was so tired, I literally just went back to sleep. So apparently I'm getting used to it. I'm still, gosh. A big truck drove by the other day, and can I tell you, it was obnoxious. It felt like it was an earthquake, even though it wasn't. Highlight first versus base first. You know, sis, I mean, it's all just time blending stuff together. I'm so pale, like you can't really see a huge difference between the two colors. It's just to sort of create a subtle difference. I sometimes find, because I use 3 or 4 colors on my face, that if I lay down one layer first with all this heavy stuff, and then I put another layer of darker, and then another layer of darker, and then another layer of light, that it's just, I've got like 5 layers of foundation on my face at that point, and it's just a little more than I really need. So because skin isn't one color, like you can tell as I'm covering up mine with this, skin is not one color. Like look how hot and pink my ear looks compared to the rest of my face. Like skin just isn't one color. And so if I build them up as I go, I just feel like I get a little more of a balanced look at the end of it. It starts to look just a little more natural. And I go, with my makeup, I go past where my hairline is going to be, so that there's makeup underneath the lace of the wig. And I blend down my neck a little bit. I'll use, when I'm done, I'll use like a liquid foundation to like smooth all of this into the top part of my chest, depending on what I'm wearing. I'll mix together like a liquid foundation and some moisturizer, like a little shimmery something or other, which is kind of cute. 24/7 construction about 10 feet from my... Oh my God. No, Ashley. I can't with all of that. Like, that's no good. That's... Hi, Kevin. How are you? So I can't really, like, just so you guys know, if you're watching, thank you. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I got my computer over here. And so I sort of just am glancing down at comments and what have you. If you are in the room, say hi so I know you're there. I can tell there are people watching, but it doesn't give me like a running list of everybody who's there. So hi, Kevin. That's what prompted that. And okay, so like Realty, I know everybody and their dog uses beauty blenders. I have no use for it, and you'll see why in a second, because I actually use the hard edge of the sponge to help me out. It just makes it so much easier to start blending stuff together. I say all this and then I'm like, where's my contour color? Ooh, she is running low. Do I have another? Let's see if I have another one. Vega, I know you were talking about being out of makeup, and I might be out of my contour color almost, which is going to make me so sad if that's true. Oh, I got an NW30. That's cool stuff. Because, like, this is where my contour is at right now. Whoops. This is actually an NW40, which is, like, if you don't know how the MAC colors work, NC is sort of more of a yellow tone base, and W is an orange or a warmer tone base. And then the higher the number, the darker the tone. So, like, you know, all the way from N3, which is like one of my powder colors, up to N40, which is this here dark color that is about to go all over my face. Hey Devin, how are you? Hey Ryan, how's it going? Good to see you guys. Oh, Carlin! Hi! How are you, Carlin? Okay, so this girl and I went to college together, and she is a theater teacher right now, which I love you so much for your patience that takes. Oh, hi Austin, how's it going? So I start by sort of road mapping out where I'm going with my contour. And I have two mirrors. I have this little cute guy here in front of me for like doing close-up stuff. And then I got a big mirror all the way around me with lights so that I can like check up close for that HD moment. And then I can also pay attention. So you can see that I use Sis! Hey Gia! How are you, Miss Bianca Stevens? So like I use the hard edge of the sponge to like lay in my contour line so that I know I'm getting those nice sharp edges. Oh, mommy! Hi, mom! Derma, how you doing? I love my cute mommy, and that's one of my favorite photos of us. So adorable. I'm also recording this, and I think I might put up. I might put up like a time lapse version of the makeup. Like I'm recording just the makeup from this camera. I think it might be fun to do a quick time lapse. So if you get bored, check back in a couple hours. I'll still be here painting, especially since I'm squawking. It always takes longer when I'm talking. So, Ryan just asked me what the occasion was. So I'm the reigning Empress of Salt Lake right now. For those of you who didn't know, now you do. And we have this little group chat, and one of the Empresses, Molly Mormon, not Sister Molly Mormon, who's a local here. She's actually from Utah, but she's in, oh shit. Vega, remind me where Molly's from. I, for the life of me, can't remember. At any rate, Molly had this idea to do this brush challenge video with all the Empresses, which I think is so freaking cute and such a fun idea. So she just doing a little face for that. Also, since I'm home and unemployed, I figure might as well make some content. I finally got over my sort of like funk I was in. I really, when this first went down, I didn't want to do anything, y'all. I gotta tell you, I was not having it. I was just content to get up, wander around the house. Oh, bye, Sistine. Great to see you too, sweethearts. Oh, yeah, I know. It's going to be nice to see everybody once we're allowed back into public. Well, it'll be nice to go back to work, too. For those of you who maybe don't know my work history, I work in theater. So I am got nothing going on right now, and until they lift those restrictions, I won't have anything going on. But I miss everybody. I miss getting to be out. But you know, it's also kind of nice to like just meditate at home and get right with yourself. I certainly took some time to do that. So it's sort of rough to start with, and I go back and forth between a sponge and my fingers sometimes, and then I like sort of start to like meld everything together as I go, and like polish up the edges and refine where things sit, and I'll make sure it's symmetrical and I'm not accidentally painting myself in a wonky. Oh, Passion! Oh my gosh, hi! Passion Garcia Loca! Hi, sweetheart. I went to college with this cute girl, too. So many people I haven't seen, I sort of get to see digitally right now. Carlin, Passion, and I, and a couple other fine, upstanding fellas did that theater college life together, and they are so sweet. I miss those guys. I would say my schedule has opened up a little bit, so we should hang out, but we can't because social distancing. So ridiculous. Oh, hello, Maestro! Jared's in the house. What's up, Jokes? What are you doing? Oh my gosh! Tori too! Oh my god. Okay, well, so everybody I went to school with in theater. Come on, University of Utah theater program. How you doing? All we're missing is Jordan now, and that's like that's everybody, right? Oh well, no, not Tatsa. He doesn't live here anymore though. Bless him. Maybe he'll see this and jump on real quick, and we can have a little reunion. Oh, hi Cole. How are you? Love you too, sweetheart. Right now I'm not flawless. She's like raccoon striped, but she's working up to it. She'll get there. So I sort of lay down all of my heavy contours, which like I'm literally scraping pan on this. So I might normally do some of these a little darker. But for today, he's good. He's good. And like never underestimate the power of your fingers, guys. I love a finger blend. You do a lot of good with it. My skin is freaking out because it's like makeup. What is this makeup? She's imprinted behind bars, Miss Giabianca. Let me out. It's weird. It's so I stopped working. We all got sent home on like the 14th, I think it was. They're like, oh, it'll only be till the end of April, or I mean the end of March or something like that at first. Just a couple weeks. Then it was the end of April. Now we're still going to try and maybe do a show in June if the county opens it up, but all that depends on health workers. So, tatas. So cute. Yeah, it's spelled like that, but sometimes tatas is what comes out. Oh, he is. Oh, Justin, hi. How are you? Come on, tiny world. Okay, so after I'm done being nice and contoured that way, I'm gonna go into my white. And there's a little makeup still on the sponge, and I hit all of my highlights with bright white, and it mixes with the other colors to sort of knock that down a little bit. But because I'm so pale, all of my center of my highlights and stuff I hit with bright white. Gosh, I think it's been over a month since I put makeup on this mug. Oh, come on! You like my little production value, sis? Yeah, she's talking about, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but down at the bottom of my screen, I have this little bad boy. Come on, why don't you like me? Oh, because it's locked. Anyhow, down there at the bottom corner of my screen, I was going to try and make it flash, but the computer is barely keeping up right now because I'm in my basement. So there's this little program where you can like see the comments and everything. I can add stuff into the progress. It's cute, right? Yeah. Sort of just helps like me feel a little more engaged with y'all. It's fun. They have a little like free trial to start with. So you can test it out and see if it works. See if you like it. Yes, I do, Passion. So, Passion is not pale and not blonde, as her name maybe intimates. She has a little ethnicity in her. And I turned her into Alice in Wonderland, which was really cute. Oh, Justin, hi. Oh, I miss you guys. Yeah, it's kind of fun. The whole like setup is very useful. Okay, I'm officially out of Contour. I have to open a new package here. Not that one. I also have the Pro Kit upstairs. I could go steal from like my work kit if I needed to. But she got a fresh NW30. And that will work lovely. Go, where's your drink? Honey, today it's coffee. My cocktail is this cute little, I had to shave all mine off, so this is a little homage. Oh, I'm a little like warm and sweaty right now. I don't know. My skin is like, stop smothering me in makeup. Carlin said she's super pale and super blonde. You're not wrong, sis. You're not wrong. So I sort of just live this back and forth life a little bit. I'm also like half paying attention to the paint, half paying attention to the live feed. So, whoops. I'm distracted. Oh, you know, another fun thing that I totally forgot. Gia, you'll like this, I think. You can do a little like side by side paint so you can sort of see all the angles. It's kind of fun, right? I have like one of the cameras zoomed in a little bit so you can like really see what shenanigans she's up to. I don't know, makes it interesting, right? You got something different to look at. And I go back in with my white and I sharpen up all my contours. And like, I'm feeling a little uneven here, so I just keep working in the cream. Until I feel like it's where I want her to be. Just pouncing and blending. Ooh, come on, high tech. I know, it's kind of cute, right? I save my nose contour for last, usually. Um, I just think it's a little easier. And if you guys have questions about what I'm doing or you want me to explain something better, please holler. I'm sort of just doing my thing. So this is why I like these little sponges. Suddenly there's four of you. Sis, oh my god. She's on all screens. So funny. Um, I don't know if all of you were here when I started. I've been having fun the last couple of days prepping to do some digital showmanship. So I created that little logo that is down in the bottom corner, which I love. It's a lot of fun. It's been a fun couple of days prepping. I knew I wanted to do this video, and like there'll be more coming. I want to do more stuff. Um, now that I finally cleaned up the salon from the earthquake, oh my god, it was a mess in there. Couldn't even. All of my hair product and color flew everywhere. Not fun. Obsessed, sis. Sis, me too. Samesies. When I I was like, oh, the internet is my new best friend. It's sort of like, you remember when you were a kid and you were like, mom's like, do something to keep yourself entertained, and you're like, okay, I'll go like draw a picture in chalk or something like that, or play with Legos. Well, I found my grown-up Legos. They're so much fun. So like, I'm not always going back into new colors. Sometimes I'm just using the sponges to like blend back and forth, um, and letting the makeup that's on the sponge sort of do that work for me. And also, like, I'm about to put a whole crap ton of powder on it, so it's all going to get softened here in a little bit as well. So, never fear. A montage of their damn self, I know. Well, I had to put all those beautiful Scotty Kirby photos together. Most of those photos are either, actually, I think all of them are Scotty Kirby, who you can follow on social medias. Um, I think he's tagged in my profile picture right now. Or all of my Empress campaign photos were Bo Pearson, Bo Pearson Photography, who does all the photography for Ballet West. So you can follow his page on the social media as well. Carlin, did I see that you had a question and I missed it? Sorry. Oh, none of that played fully at the beginning. You said, well, technical difficulties. Yeah, if anything's not working, guys, just give me a shout out. I mean, obviously it looks great on my end, so. And like, I've done this bit of my face really fast before, but sometimes I also like to just take my sweet time. Like, I like spending time on getting the face and the skin correct. And then once I've sort of got it there, it's powder time. And y'all, clown lung. There's a reason they used to call it that. So I got myself some good Ben Nye Neutral Set. I'm pretty sure this is every drag queen's best friend. And we just load up that powder puff and go to town. So I like to set my forehead first after I've just touched it, because I get wrinkles from lifting my eyebrows. And then before I work down the face, I will take my finger and sort of just blend out any of the, because the thing is when you're working with creams this long, they start to like settle into your face, and that is not the tea. Nobody, whoop, dropping my sponge. Nobody wants wrinkly face. So I just sort of work out the fine lines and wrinkles and then I powder it away. Oh yeah, Justin, I love me some Ben Nye. It is fabulous. I mean, because like, I've been recording for over a half hour, and normally I like divide my face in halves. An hour on the like the base layer, and an hour on the rest of it. I like to do all my highlighting, contouring, and everything. in creams, then we set in powders. I do all of it in powder again. So she's just living her best ghost life right now, looking like powder, covered in powder. Girl, sis, I don't really actually have, like, I have a decent cheekbone. But let me turn into the camera like that. Do you see? It's actually pretty flat. Like, so much of it is just like sort of faux shaping in. But like, I pick my spot. I hope I got it even. I pick my spot for the edge of my contour, the deepest, darkest part. I try not to go too low, right? Because if I go too low, it looks like my cheeks are sunken instead of like full. Um, and I go real dark right there, and then I blend around the top of the edge. She got fat on my cheekbones, tell me. Exactly. Such supple cheekbonery. Girl, if that ain't a mood. But like mine are flatter than they look when I paint. Um, it looks like I got more going on there than I really do. Just pressing all the powder into my face. Because that, like, I'm basically using concealer, a layer of concealer all over my face when I use that makeup. So, and after it's all powdery, I just knock off the extra. I really like get it in there and press it good. And then anything that doesn't stick into the makeup goes away. I don't really bake for very long because I'm about to put a million powders over the top of it as is. So like my face doesn't need any help. Oh. Right. So after I set all that down, I'll finish my coffee real quick. I have a mustache problem apparently. So after I dust off all the powder, I'm going to go into a full coverage powder foundation. So MAC Studio Fix. This I go in with NC25 to start with. And I use this to knock everything back. My whole face is this like back and forth game of layering. I will tell you though, I love MAC Studio Fix because it is full coverage powder, honey. So the neutral set has no powder or no color in it. It looks white, but as it like absorbs into your face, if I had a bright red face on, the neutral set would eventually just reflect that color back at me, which is nice. So after I set with that, I move on to, you can see I like this. I move on to powdering with color. The great thing about that Ben Nye neutral set that a lot of girls don't know that I love about it is it's got antiperspirant in it. So if you use a nice good layer of that, it helps the sweat move through the makeup instead of taking the makeup off, which is really important when you're a sweaty fat girl. So Vega, it depends on how busy I am, to be perfectly honest. Because it's just me using my makeup and I only use my makeup on myself, I wash my powder puff. Well, I have a couple of them, so I rotate. But I'll maybe use it 2 or 3 times before, like a month at the longest. Like if I like have a show every weekend. But if I have like a busy time, I will wash it more frequently. Now, that's just because I'm lazy. And the only thing that's going on there is a crap ton of neutral set. Um, and it sits in a sealed jar, and I'm the only one who uses it. So if I'm sharing my bacteria, I'm sharing my bacteria. And I'm not really stressed about it. The makeup artist in me is going to tell you, you can tell how much powder I use based on like the shirt. The makeup artist in me is going to tell you that you should wash that damn thing every time. But guess what? That's probably not happening. But I don't let it go more than a couple times before I wash it. And I have like 3 or 4 of them sitting in my drawer that I use. Like I have another big one that's just kicking in there, and then I've got like 3 in the stack to go get washed. My makeup brushes, I don't wash all the time. I wash if I'm switching colors, but because I use this brush for my NC25 every damn time, like I don't wash it every time. That's just how it is for me. Jeez. How many shots are in that coffee? Sis, none. Unfortunately, no shots. No shots are in that coffee. That's for later. That's my reward. I'm going to finish a good glass of Malbec tonight with dinner, maybe, after I finish everything. That will be my reward for a job well painted. I actually don't like to drink and paint. Just because if I have a cocktail while I'm painting, I'm just going to slow down even more, which is not good. So next I'm going to start moving into contour. And again, believe it or not, it's a back and forth game between highs and lows and lows and highs and highs and lows. So I have this little cute palette that's got a bunch of stuff in it. So I'm going to use all these oranges and pinks and stuff like that to blend my contour, but then these are my 2 actual like contour shades. The top one is Blunt. For those of you who know me, you know I'm obsessed with that color and have been probably since I very first started doing makeup. My old favorite color used to be Strata by MAC, but they don't make that anymore. Thanks, MAC Cosmetics. Appreciate ya. But I can't remember the name of this other one. Though my replacement for it is Prism. So that's sort of like my mid-tone powder contour. Oh, hi, Jane. I didn't even see that. Hello, how are you, Jane? Good to see you. So I like this here, like fluffy sort of angle brush, because what I do is I actually pinch it when I use it. I sort of start where it's the darkest, and then I just, and a lot of times you'll see me smile, so I can really like follow the anatomy of my face to like help that cheek plump up. So she starts to just work that in. That would be fun, Jason. I would love that. But like, you know, once we're released from the chains of COVID bondage. Oh, hi, Lori. How are you? Oh, it's good to see Lori too. Gosh, so many people from different walks of life that I haven't seen for ages. Lori and I used to work together at Utah Opera. Are you still in Arizona, Lori? Is that right? Vegas out of foundation. Yeah, I love that store, Midvale Girl. Um, Last Looks, it's called. It's right off of 215 on State Street. I love them. They're so good. I wish they were still doing like. The thing is the entertainment industry is deceased, and they're like the definition of small business. They just barely opened. They're movie makeup artists for the most part, but they're so lovely. So Last Looks, sort of that Midvale Murray area. Go check them out once the world is back open. They have all of Krylon, all of Ben Nye. I get the perfect map from them. Super great. Oh, Laura, you are back. When did I miss? I don't know. There's a lot going on. I'm like, when did I miss that? Well, probably when you were, living life. It's hard to keep up with everybody on social media. You see like your circle all the time from work or whatever, but but what should I use to wash it, Tori? That is the question. I tell you what, girl. There are a lot of different things you can use. You can just use soap, right? One of my absolute favorite things to wash my brushes with is actually Castile soap, Dr. Bronner's Castile soap. They make one that's peppermint that I'm a very big fan of. And the peppermint smells so good. But Castile soap is great because, like, for like liner brushes and like lip brushes and that sort of stuff, all of that creamy, goopity product just sits so heavy in a makeup brush, and that stuff gets it out. No trouble. Most makeup companies make some sort of like brush cleaner, but I gotta be honest with you, it's usually too expensive and I can't be bothered. You can use shampoo. Shampoo works. If your Brussels, are we talking about vegetables? If your bristles are natural, like some sort of animal hair, you're going to want to condition them pretty regularly as well. You're not going to just want to strip them. Much like your own hair after you wash it with soap to get all the crap out, you need to condition it to add moisture back, and that. Brushes are the same way. I hope Last Looks doesn't go out of business. I really, really love them. Well, Lori, welcome back to Utah. It's a shitty time to be looking for work. I tell you, especially since you work in music, and nobody is performing right now. It makes it tricky. I hope you find work soon, sweetheart. It's nice to see you on here, though. Oh, hey, Platinum, how are you? Dawn and olive oil. Yep, it works. I have used dish soap on my brushes for a very long time. But it is a little drying, and I kind of like the Castile soap better, personally. But some of that is the damn smell. I love that peppermint one. I love the smell of it. And I mean, I'm using a crap ton of makeup. So, and I use the same brush type. So now I'm gone, same brush, but I've gone into the darker color, the blunt. And I sort of pinch it and get it real dark in there, and then I just sort of loosen that up, blend upward. If you don't use much makeup on your brushes, you can get away with not washing them as often, but you really should wash them regularly, like really, truly. If you're using a makeup brush every day, I would say that like twice a week it's good, or if you're really going to push it once a week, maybe. Like, I'm trying to be realistic, but like if you had a brush washing day during the week, like that would put you off in a good place. But there's certain things that need to be washed every time, in my opinion, like eyeliner especially. That shit should always be washed. Lip brushes, anything that's like a cream product is going to hold on to bacteria so much longer than a powder will. Oh, hi Angela, miss your face too, sweetheart. Bye, Jason. It was good to see you, sweetheart. Have a good night. The video will be up on Facebook when it's done. Or like I said, I think I'll probably post a version of it on YouTube as well. Um, so check it out. Is it weird to see it in two screens? Like I kind of love it, but it's also like it's kind of funky. Just figure that way you guys have different angles so you can see what I'm doing. It's like makeup is hard to record, in my opinion. It's just me. But like hopefully it gives you a chance to actually like see what the hell I'm up to. Your tights, don't even get me started on washing your damn tights. And if something is up next to your junk, like you need to be washing that shit all the time. Gross. I don't know how girls don't wash it. Like wash their underbits, their underclothes. I mean, if you are sweating, Mary, nobody wants to smell that. Like if you forget hairspray, I shouldn't be repulsed by your scent. You know what I'm saying? Like you should still smell fine if you are bathed, and all of your your garments are bathed. Like I get it, some dresses are harder to clean than others, um, or like they need to be dry cleaned and that sort of stuff. But that doesn't mean you can't clean them. And if your undergarments are clean, your dress will not smell either. I don't know. Underbits. You heard me, Ashley. So I'm just taking that darker contour and working it into the darkest bits on my face. Yeah, it didn't. There was some drag queen in China who forgot to wash her bits, and all of a sudden, global pandemic. I mean, my God. Do you guys like my glitter background? All this like shimmer back here. I figured it was like prettier to look at than like my bathroom. Everybody loves a good shower, but you don't necessarily need to see it while I put on my makeup. Thought a little sparkle might be fun instead. We all need a little more sparkle in our life right now. God, I feel like it's been a lifetime since I put makeup on my face. Do I even know what I'm doing? Like some of it's just habit, right? Oh yeah, sis. Well, that's why I bought it. Is because it was going to be a dress. But that hasn't happened yet. So instead, backdrop it is. So I take my contour color all the way behind my ear. So I don't have like that white spot. Like, do you ever notice like queens? Can you have like a white spot back here? Or even just like stage makeup too. It drives me nuts. Because that spot doesn't see the light of day. But if you, it really should have a shadow to it. And if you've got all this other shadowy business happening on your face, and that spot is bright ass white, it's not cute. Okay, so I have, imagine it, a second one of these, and we're gonna move into some highlight. I'm using mineralized skin finish. What is this? In light. Oh, sorry. Cover up the mirror. There we go. Yeah, be a proper beauty guru. Oh, sorry. I'm looking in my other camera. There you go. She got her cheek. Yes, sis. I love. We love a good cheek. Oh, hi, Christy. How are you? Oh, it's nice to see you, Miss Curtis. How's your cute family doing? I know Christy from way, way back when I used to help teach vacation Bible school at church. So that feels like a lifetime ago. Light hand for contour. I don't even know what you're saying. So I like working back and forth with several different colors because I just really think it helps the skin feel a little more like skin. If you are just monochromatic, it just doesn't, I don't know, it just doesn't read right for me. It's just my opinion. There are no rules, but this mineralized skin finish, though, is the T, not T. I feel like we need to get that trending. What's the quarantine? Shut. Yeah, yeah. Vacation Bible School. You're welcome, Ashley. I was a good little Catholic boy once upon a time. Yes, indeed, for both of us, Christy says. I know, it feels like an eternity ago, if we're being perfectly honest. But we did put on a fierce show for those young children, Miss Curtis, if I do say so myself. I had a lot of fun. I mean, those were like the days. I remember while I was working with her, I had to leave because I got an interview with Starbucks. Like, that was what was on my agenda for like employment prospects. So, and I loved working at Starbucks at the time. I won't lie. It was a lot of fun. So I'm just going back in with a little NC25 to sort of like knock some of this nose contour back into oblivion. I'm just feeling a little strong. We sang a lot of Cher. Oh, something's never changed. If I turn back how? Snap out of it, stupid. I love that. The other thing is I'm using all these powders. My lips get so angry at me. So like I like to only have to put on lipstick once or twice if I can get away with it. So like I keep re-moisturizing my lips as I go to like lift off any of that dead crap. Oh yes, sign me up. What the quarantine? Here with your hosts, live from my living room, well, live from my basement. It's What's the Quarantine? All right, I'll build up another video for it. It's, Tori's like, I would watch that. Yeah, we can all like Skype into a little like call. That would be cute. I I don't know. I was so content to do nothing for the first month of my self-isolated life. But I like now that I've sort of mentally started to like find my peace again. Like cuz I'll like my mom, if she's still watching, can tell you this. I'm not always good at expressing complicated emotions or my feelings. But like I had a hard time when this all happened and we were supposed to like be by ourselves. So like my way to protect myself and heal was sort of just to like be quiet, just like stay to myself and like I don't know, just try and emotionally and like mentally protect myself. Almost like it's almost like somebody like pressed pause. So I am, just because I didn't explain, I am using these four blushes right here. Um, I've got like this orange situation over here, and then there's this like peachy moment, little light pink, and then, oh, sorry, wrong direction. God, it's mirrored, so it's hard. And then I got this cute little phosphorescent pink. And I just sort of take a little bit, like if I'm working on my forehead, I like a little more orange. I just use every color in the palette, kids. Like, this is me. Just swirly bits in there. Ooh, I'll take that. Thank you, Nairine. Yeah, dumb is like true. He doesn't express his emotions well. I don't know, it was just, I don't know. It's just one of those things, you know? It was easier, especially for those couple of weeks, to just sort of live in isolation and be that way. Especially because I don't want to get anybody else sick. Like, I really don't want, like, I don't know, the emotional weight of potentially spreading a disease like that to somebody really sort of weighs heavy on the conscience, huh? I don't know, how are you guys all dealing with your isolated lives? And like some of it, like I said earlier, full disclosure is I don't have employment right now. So I'm very lucky. I still have my health insurance. Like, that part is great, and I'm able to file for unemployment, so that's very good. So like I'm okay for a little while, but like this needs to get better soon. Like, if it's not really better by the fall, we've got problems, because my job relies on having both of them. Like, I do hair for a living too, so like I could always fall back on doing hair, but medication, yeah, that's kind of the real truth, isn't it, Christy? Same. Have a problem. Okay, Platinum. You know what? Sometimes, like, around the corner over here, is that what you're talking about? Like lip liner, all of that just sort of travels too much. Tori, you too. Give me a little like background on your process. What are you just applying lipstick? Are you using like a stain? Are you using glosses? Are you using a lip liner? Because like I'll show you how I do mine, but the thing that's different about drag queen makeup is I overdraw my lips, so I'm drawing on top of a crap ton of like let's hold on. So I'm drawing on like a crap ton of makeup. Like, all of that is like, you saw how much powder and foundation and everything. So it's a little different for me, but if you just all over everywhere. Blair, what kind of foundation do you wear? Sorry, I'm saying Blair because that's how your Facebook is, but I know who you is, Platinum. Lip liner and a lip stain. Yeah, it bleeds in the corners. I have a little bit of problem with that. Sometimes like it wrinkles into it. So sometimes you need a little something extra there for it to stick to, and that will help your problem. Drag queen life. I'm like, well, just put more makeup on and then it'll just stick to that makeup. But that doesn't necessarily work when you're a biological woman. But Platinum, it might, for you, like, I would say if you, like, are you starting with a good primer or something like underneath your skin to sort of hold on to the makeup? And then I'm using a really, like, full coverage, a really heavy duty makeup. And I think it helps things stay put longer if I'm applying them into something that's really like stable. Oh yeah, if you're using Dermablend, then you should be good. That's interesting. And are you setting that with like a really heavy duty powder too? Like, do you set it with like a neutral set or something like that? Because I would then do a lip liner shape over the top of that, and the lip liner is kind of waxy, and so it'll help hold the lipstick in. And so, like, Tori, that might be a better like technique for you, is if you throw in a good lip liner that's got a little more meat to it around the edges, it sort of provides like a makeup border so it doesn't run out to the edges. Some of it is just like, if you've been in makeup for 8 hours that day, well, you've been in makeup for 8 hours that day. So like it might just be time to reapply. There is sort of like a moment for that. So now I'm just using some of the pink specifically from that one palette, sort of just like amp up the apple. And then I think I'm also going to go in with some of this bad boy. This is called Petal Power from MAC. Oh, I forgot what camera I was using, y'all. Hold on. Let's try that again. This is called Petal Power from MAC. There she is. So silly. I like this color. It's really pretty. It's got a little shimmer to it. It's one of their mineralized brushes. I just like a little pink right on top of everything. Because like naturally I have so much pink in my skin anyways. No, platinum, that really shouldn't do it. So like, if you're using Coty powder, I would upgrade to a stronger powder that's a little more durable. I don't think Coty powder really works very well. That's just my, that's just my opinion. And then like making sure you've got a good liner base for whatever your color is that you're using. I know she's. It's funny. It looks so like aggressive in the camera right now. That's okay. It all comes together in the end. I sort of forget what it looks like in each stage. She's wearing a lot of cosmetics. So I'm going to go back in now and hit my darkest stuff one more time. She's feeling a strong paint today, honey. And like, I don't know if you can see it, but I sort of like crossed the boundaries while I was doing that. I wasn't like paying close attention. Not a problem. Just take the highlight and bring it back up. And fixed. This is a repetitive song. So back into the blunt. I sort of want it like the deepest, darkest right there. And then I just soften it out. I also like it to be nice and dark. Because, like, let's be honest, that's why I like a beard. There's like stuff hanging out under there, but I like it to be nice and dark. But but still blended so that like even if you catch it a little bit in like the side profile shot, you're still getting like clean edged. Okay, so after I'm feeling good about that, comes the next brush. Here's my brush. I can't, like, I know, I don't know. If you really want to know what it is, I can like try and read off the number here, but it's a little flat, tapery, roundy brush. And I'm picking up MAC's Shivering White. It's Studio Fix powder, but it is white. Like, this is the cheapest white eyeshadow you will ever buy because there's so damn much of it. Like, no eyeshadow pan is this much, but it's the Studio Fix foundation formula, so it's happy. Just start painting in. And then I'm going to go back to my little contour brush and hit that Studio like shivering white. Just going to really pop all of those high planes. I don't use the shivering white under my cheeks. I feel like it's just a little too intense underneath there. But I do go back into the MAC Mineralize skin finish. And then I'm also going to dip into this other pink blush called Rosy Cheeks. And I might add more blush later. We'll see. But for now, it's giving it to me. As you can tell, I don't necessarily work on one part of the face at a time. Like, I bounce all over the map. It just helps me keep like things balanced and on target, if you will. All right. over to some eyebrows. Takes me a little longer to paint when I'm sitting here like talking and hanging out. Oh, hi Kirk, how are you? Hang out over here for a second. Shayak and she. Let's get in a little closer, shall we? Wrong direction. Makeup's hard. So I'm using, this time I'm actually just using Studio Finish Concealer from MAC, which is basically full coverage foundation. They're the same thing. Oh, God, I did it again. Which is basically, like, that is just full coverage foundation. I forget which camera I have on at the time. Eyebrow time. Like, I'll tell you what. Normally you don't do cream on top of powder, but I do. Oh, sorry, sis. Yeah, I'll flip it for you. There's that. Is that better? You like it better from this angle? It's tricky because it's on that side of my face. Like it'll be, in this camera, it'll be more, like it'll be easier to see what I'm doing. Oh no, my hand is blocking all the, sorry, I didn't even think about it. So I do freehand on my brows. And I'm basically just using foundation to start with. It's marked as concealer, but it's same diff. Something creamy, something brown. All right, brow. And I mean, like, it changes a little bit as you do your face, like, and sometimes it depends on your mood. And then you just hope to God you get them symmetrical. You know, this is the part that Vega came for, is eyebrows, right, sis? Oh, this is NC50 Platinum. Oh, sorry. Oh. Studio Finish Concealer, and it looks like that. Now, I bounce around with different colors, but this is my base color, and it, honestly, I will tweak what I'm wearing based on my wig color. So like if I'm in a black wig, I obviously wear really dark brows. If I am being a ginger, I wear redder brows. The bane of my existence. Sis, I know, they're a lot of work. So I break the rules with how I do them like this, because you're really supposed to do all your cream stuff first. But guess what? I'm not. And then we just try and make sure they're symmetrical. It's very rarely perfect right out the gate. I usually have to futz with them a little bit first. I don't know if we've got small ears or eyes watching, so I'm just going to try and not drop any bad words. Oopsie. So like platinum, what I normally say to people is just start with your contour color, like your darkest contour color, and go from there. When you're doing drag eyebrows and redraw them up. Also, just in case you didn't notice, I have no eyebrows. I shave them off. I kid you not when I say it is the best thing about doing drag with no eyebrows is having to paint over them is so much smoother and easier. All right, these are starting to look like a thing. And like my ginger self, I don't have eyebrows as it is anyways, so like, what's it matter? Oh, sis, we love a piece of hair. Do you guys want to see the hair? Stu, you the only one that wants to see it? I bet you all want to see it. Hold on, eyebrows. I'll go grab the wig. All right, she got a good piece of hair here. Yes. Let's put her on this side. So I'm wearing a crown with her. Just giving you that ginger updo life. A little swoopy swirly. She barely fits here. She barely fits in the frame. So I'm doing a crown and gown sort of moment, I think. So I wanted something that just pop that crown right into. So she's cute, right? I like her. We love a hair hat. Love a hair hat. Yeah, guys, I think eyebrows are shitty for everybody. Like, it's just, they're just obnoxious and hard to do sometimes. Okay, so now that I've got a base layer on, I am going to start attacking them with some other colors. High class Miss Garrett. Oh, stupid. I love it. Y'all are funny. Got jokes. So I'm now going into some Fluid Line brow gel cream. Comes in this little pot. It's just this really nice dark brown. And I'm going to just sort of beef up the back half of this here brow. So like, if you've ever taken an art class, chances are you will have heard somebody say, oh, when you're painting or drawing or whatever, things that are darker recede, and things that are lighter come forward, right? It's highlight, contour, light and shadow, all that works off of that same principle. So eyebrows are very much the same way. And I feel like it helps force the perspective because like if I have all this highlight here and all this contour here, but my eyebrow is the same color from stem to stern, I think it looks a little better if I take some dark and like beef up the edges so that they're darker too. Also, my contour color of my eyebrows are almost the same color. So Geosis, what did you think of that hair? Did you like her? And like I'm gonna keep layering this up, so I'm gonna set it all and then there'll be more like powder on top of all of that as well. I think I actually might. I feel a little far apart, so I'm gonna take just a little bit of a lighter contour color. Just sort of doing like small strokes, filling that in. Sorry, I know I'm like up in this mirror. There are certain bits that just require a little more focus. Make sure I don't screw anything up too much. Like, it's kind of fun to paint without a deadline, to be honest with you. Oh, hi, Kaden! Hi! Alright, so there's our base. I'm feeling like... I feel a little like... Oh my god. I feel like they're a little... Well, I guess they're pretty even. I think I might take this down just a smidge right here. I mean, and like, I once had a makeup like professor that I learned some stuff from when I was doing hair school, who said she was like teaching a class and she was a hoot, but she was the first person who ever said it. It's a commonly said phrase now, but she was the first person I heard say it, so I give it to her. They are sisters, not twins, but they do at least need to be sisters. Like, come on now. Hi, how are you guys? Because, like, sometimes when you're in a hurry, the face just comes together real nice, which is lovely. But sometimes it's also nice to just take your sweet time and paint. Okay, so after the dark's done, I'm going into my full coverage white. Because I'm so pale, I use white a lot. But even if you don't, white is a good, like even if you're dark, white is a nice base for the rest of it. So I'm using this little like concealer brush moment, loading that bad boy up with some white paint. And this is where you can do like some shape correction if you need to as well. But it's also how I sharpen everything up. Just get a nice good clown line going. And like sometimes you screw something up. Like I totally just wiped out the back half of my eyebrow. So try as you may be to get that perfect even stroke. Sometimes you don't. But good news, my dark color and it all comes back. It is the nice part about working in creams is they are ever so more forgiving. Hi, Kier. Oh, Marley, hi. Oh, lots of people are on right now. Marley, I haven't seen you forever. I miss you, girl. Perfect timing. I'm glad you get to hang out and see with us. Kier, I got hearts back for you, sis. It's good to see you too. So once I got those on, then I just take my brush again and I just sort of blend that bitch out. She loves a good finger pounce. I miss you too, Marley. It has been far too long since I've seen you because I missed you when you got back from your trip. I didn't even get to like catch up with you after that happened. Like we stopped in a couple times, James and I, to see if you were there, but it just did not work out. We did not get to see you, and I was so bummed about it. Did you have a good trip? Was it everything that you wanted and more? Did you eat your man? Marley went on a trip to somewhere exotic. I can't remember. There's a lot that's happened since then, and oh my gosh, I was jealous when she was telling us about it, and now I've completely forgotten where it is. Oh, hello, Tara DeGray. Oh, Tara, hi, sweetheart. Those of you who like my costumes, almost all of my custom stuff, like 99.8% of it comes from Tara. Um, Tara and I worked together at Utah Opera when she was the cutter and draper there, and she is a beast with that sewing machine. Give my love to small daughter, Tara. Marley, was it? Was it so much fun? Oh, jealous. Every once in a while, I keep getting a notification that it says like the stream quality's been lowered a little bit. I'm assuming it's going back and forth between pretty decent and like lower. But if anybody's like having a hard time actually seeing, or like the stream is not very good, just give me a like a shout out, or if you want to text me, my cell phone is sitting next to me. So. If you guys are watching, thanks for joining us. We're sort of just partway through the face here. I'm just taking my time painting a mug. We're doing this brush challenge gig, myself and some of the empresses throughout the rest of the U.S. So that'll be coming soon, but I need to actually film the tutorial bit. So I'm just taking a little bit of that white Studio Fix and setting the white cream first, because I really wanted that to stay pretty intensely white. So I'm actually setting that cream with the white first. Then, my old friend Neutral Set is back. We're just going to beat that eyebrow back with some good old Neutral Set. And if I'm feeling greasy or oily, I'll oil up. Or if like I'm worried about fallout, I will pack on some powder to bake with. Yes, I would love that, Marley. That would be so much fun. So much fun. Oh, I feel like it's been... I mean, it has been a lifetime. I don't know why I feel like it has, because it literally has been forever. This quarantine has taught me a lot about how much I miss seeing people that I didn't realize how often I saw, like all sorts of things. It's crazy. My feather dress. Oh, Blair, is that the gold and the white one with like the feather shoulders? That's okay. So that's like the 0.2% that she didn't make. Whoops. But I do love that dress too. Shit, I cannot remember the name of the designer who did that. Gia has a couple pieces by him too. And I really do like that. Okay, so eyebrows powdered down. Now you guessed it, I'm gonna layer some powders over the top of that. So I got a little just like eyeshadow palette here. It's just got a handful of random colors in it. I'm sort of gonna take this, oh, guys, I forgot I switched. Pay attention. Got this little eyeshadow palette here. I'm going to use this little guy right here, sort of like taupey situation, and a little angle brush. And I'm going to just start powdering in my eyebrows. So because I'm doing a ginger wig, I sort of want to try and skew with a little bit of gingerness to my eyebrow. Yeah, that is the one I wore at Gay Utah flat. It is it's a fun dress. What is the name of that guy? Oh, it'll come to me here in a little bit. I may have to go digging through social media to find him. So I'm going to start with that bad boy, and then I think we're going to bust open the James Charles palette here and use a few things from that. It's got some fun like oranges and stuff in the palette. Try and get some of that. So because I have all that brown underneath, I can layer a color with a little bit more, warmth to it over the top of it, and instead of looking orange, it just picks up that hue, right? Like you can start to see the difference. And I'm just retracing the shape I already made. So like most of the work is done with the cream underneath, and then I go in with the powders to just sort of like create that depth. Like I kid you not, I am using this orange color and a little bit of this red color right there, that orangey rusty color next to it. So. And like it's not especially aggressive over the brown, it just sort of tints it. Because as any real redhead can tell you, we don't have eyebrows. Not a thing. Hey, how's it going, Ryan? Yeah, they did. They did elect a new monarch. Star. Oh, Jesus, help me. Star something. Oh, yeah. Platt's got it. Kirkland. That's it. Star Kirkland. Yeah, Mr. Wesley, outgoing Emperor of Denver, did a little live video announcing the new monarchs. I thought it was cute. We just kept it simple. I think they're still looking like us to postpone into the future and do the celebratory bits later on, but still have that transference of power happen at the normal time. So they did, in fact, crown their new emperor and empress. The palette I'm using is the James Charles palette that was put out from Morph. That little guy. I know he can be problematic sometimes, but whatevs. I love the palette. Like, I'm not going to throw away a palette just because somebody was a little rough. Now, had I seen all that go down before I bought the palette, I might have changed my mind about buying it, but I'm not throwing out perfectly good makeup. And the product is pretty good. Like, I really am obsessed with the black in this palette. I like that a lot. What's that? 30. Oh, Denver's coronation was amazing. Yeah, I love Denver. I was so looking forward to going Easter weekend for that. But alas, the day was not meant to happen. Also, I don't know about anybody else, but like when you haven't painted a face for a minute, it just takes a little longer. Okay, so I'm just going into a dark brown now. And we're going to pop in that tail. Yeah, I got to go last year, which was nice. I really had a fun time in Denver. I went with a friend and we sort of explored the city and did like a walking tour of all their different breweries and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. Parched. I don't know what this music is. Next. Skip. It's a little too dramatic for my taste. Cute. So hopefully you guys can see all that focus there. Are you gonna? Why are you? Huh. Interesting. Oh, it's because it's on my iPhone. I was like, why are you being dumb? Huh. I can't get the sort of that focus meter to go away. Well, that's obnoxious. Sorry. I'm using an iPhone to film, so I'll at least put it over there in the corner. Just that exposure down a little bit. There she is. Okay. I know it's. I like watching other people paint. There's something like, especially when I first started out, it was like therapy. And it's also educational too. I'm taking a little bit of a mineralized skin finish over the center of the face there. Like it's just I don't know. And then back into the shivering white to just pop center highlight again. I think seeing how other people paint is just fascinating, interesting. Everybody has a different hand or a different technique, or they picked stuff up from different people depending on where they were, where they lived, who they were around, what YouTube videos they watched. Right. Just dipping into some creamy sort of white shadows here. Let's start working on them eyeballs. When I start on my eyes, I usually like a white that's got a little shimmer to it too, not just the white of the pigment white. But I find that the pigment white underneath it really does help. Bow, bow, bow. Sort of just laying this down as a base first. Starting to be a thing. Let's see what we got. Vega, I don't know if you're still watching or not, but girl, this eye, she's already starting to weep on me a little bit. I'm out of practice. Didn't take my Claritin. Body's gonna rebel. Freaking eyeballs, you know? I am gonna curl my lashes. Only because, like, as I work on them, they start to, like, stick out straight or work weird. It just helps get them out of my way. It's not like it matters for the makeup because I wear so much eyeliner. But, like, it's like a comfort level thing. Okay, so it's black time. I use MAC's Fluid Line in Black Track. It comes in this cute little pot. Oh, there it is. I'm like, does that actually help? And it's called Black Track. It's one of their Fluid Line products. Just inky, creamy black. Use a little angle brush. This is one of those products that dries out if you don't have the lid on really well. So it's a must. I'm going to get up close and personal with my mirror here. So now one eye is going to be easier. For you all to see, I'm sure. I just start painting my whole gosh darn eyelid. Like anywhere that moves. I don't remember when I finally like just moved it all the way up, but I'm half here, sis. You're so cute. Girl, finals. What classes are you taking right now, sis? What finals are you working on? And I'm happy to be your background entertainment. She would practice for a fake laugh. Oh my god, that's too cute. Back in the day, I'd practice my fake laugh while putting on my face in the mirror, just so I knew what my face and eyebrows looked like to others. Oh my god, I like you. That's funny. I mean, like, you gotta spend some good time in the mirror. Like, know your face. You know what I mean? This, for me, is where the proportions start to make sense. Because I'm painting everything on so over the top. But when you start to add enough eyeliner that you can actually see it, I feel like that really helps it start to come together. You start to feel a little less like a crazy human. And I am dipping into that James Charles palette and setting my black. with black. Go figure. Because that's what you should do. Let's have a little more music. Hey, Nicole, how are you? Oh, I love you too, sweetheart. Oh my gosh. Business accounting. Oh, gross. She's got business accounting, computer processing. Yeah, nope, hard pass. I am doing amazing. Thank you so much. Like, I'm painting a face with several of my closest social distancing buddies. No, but I'm safe and happy and healthy. Hopefully, with everything that's going on, I'm just trying to stay positive as often and as much as I can. There's just very little else you can do. Hello, Richard. How are you? Nice to see you, sir. There wasn't a lot of sunshine here today, so I'll have to be it for everybody. It was very rainy in Utah today. Listen, makeup or music, what are you doing? Like, and I always pull eyeliner faces. I don't know about you guys, but I'm always wiggling my damn face around. For 10 years, I looked like, oh. I wear like big giant glasses, so even if I don't have eyebrows, because they're so fair, I feel like I just look the same. So like you can actually kind of see it. My eyeliner started to transfer. I just had the bottom done, but it started to transfer up a little while it was wet. If you're not sure where your eyeliner needs to go to, your face kind of actually will tell you. I mean, there's ways to avoid that when you're doing, you know, street makeup or whatever. But for drag, so I'm a lay down my black, build it up kind of girl, which is not everyone's cup of tea. Oh, my contacts are going wonky because I'm painting on them. You know, like when it starts to spin in your eye and you can't see anything. Or maybe you don't because you don't wear contacts. But I promise, it's a bitch. Oh, gosh. Oh, yeah. The covering 33 is... It's rough. You just have to practice at it. I got to a point where I was fine with it, and then I was doing so much drag, I realized, nope, just shaving them. And I sort of start to put the beginnings of my wing in. I'll really do it later, but for now. I will just start to give myself a little roadmap. of where it's going to head later. Not sure how I'm feeling about this music. Next. Actually, the one that I just changed. I honestly have no idea because I just changed it. Oops, sorry. Yeah, Lena, I agree. Like a good black makes all the difference in the world. When your contacts aren't trying to fight you, anyways. Sorry, girl. I have no idea what was playing before. Um, your guess is as good as mine. Maybe rewind the video after it posts, and you can Shazam it. It'll probably pull it up for you. Mm, God, my contacts are still going nuts. All right, I'm gonna go grab some more water, kids. I'm dying of thirst, and I'm gonna sort of blink my eyes out and let them settle because they're spinny a little bit, which is giving me a like. You have to be able to see to do makeup. It turns out. So I'll be right back. Give me just a few seconds, and I will return to you shortly. See you in a second. In the meantime, here's the cute little logo. All right, friends, I'm back. Hi. Oh, yeah, my eyeballs are just freaking out at me a little bit. What are you gonna do? You win some, you lose some. All right, let's finish some liner. To be honest with you, I haven't got to do as much traveling as I wanted to because of what happened. I was getting ready to head to New York and then Denver before this, so I didn't get to like wrap that up as much as I wanted to. But like, I really had a good time in Boise, and Portland was a lot of fun. Portland's a hoot of a city. So I take my liner and then connect it up. This is just sort of like my standard bottom liner. Nothing fancy. I drop it a little bit there at the beginning. And then continue it right up to match with all the other stuff. And then I take a little short stubby brush again and buff it out a little. That Boise bus tour, girl. I, those those Jello shots were surprisingly strong. I was very happy we were on a bus and I didn't have to call a lift. um, but yeah, I did not get to travel quite as much as I would have liked to, just because some of the stuff overlapped with work too. So it happens. What are you gonna do? You know. But yes, what traveling I have got to do, I have absolutely loved it. It's been a lot of fun. I can tell my eyes are not used to having contacts in them because of how much they're like freaking out right now. My mirror is covered in powder. That doesn't help things either. I don't know if you guys can hear that vague strumming in the distance. That is not my music. That is my obnoxious next door neighbor, Pete. He doesn't play guitar so much as he plunks at it, and God knows in what capacity, he thinks. I mean, I'm all for practicing. I just wish that it was an electric guitar with his window open to me. Oh well. What you gonna do? Paint a face and quit your bitching about it. Right? Sorry for the weird blinking. I'm just trying to get it to settle back in. Because I have an astigmatism, it has to sit in my eye, like in a particular orientation. Otherwise, I can't see jack shit. Which makes it tricky to do makeup. Thanks for hanging out with us, 33. Take care. Go get those quarantine chores done. I'll be here finishing up. You can check back in later to see the finished look, I'm sure. Thanks for hanging out with us for so long. Just taking a little purple eyeshadow and smoking it into that black down there. Giving it a little bit of something, something. And then when I'm all done with all of this, I come back and I reline over the black that needs it, just to sharpen it up. If I've like softened it out too much or what have you. Right. Back into my black. And I carve out the new crease. So this is where a lot of people like, hi Lisa, good to see you. This is where a lot of girls start to get nervous. If you're new, is like just drawing in all that black right from the get-go. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. A lot of people build up the other direction, but no, I know I'm going for it from the beginning, so might as well get in there. Just feel like it's always my base color, no matter what I do usually. It's sort of like, you know, like if you watch a Miss Fame tutorial or whatever, her crease sometimes will be like whatever, like lip liner or whatever she's using, and that's as dark as she goes. But like, I know I'm going all the way to black, so why not just get in there, you know? And then I just start to smoke it out. I'm still using the gel, sis. I am mapping out that crease with my black track, my little cancer stain on my hand here. I when I'm working, I always put my eyeliner right there because it warms it up a little bit before I take it to the eye. And then I just buff that out. Start to get that nice eye shape. I'm good, Lisa. Sorry, I have to get close to the. My distance vision is wonky still, so I like have to like lean into the screen to read your guys. Hi, Trinity. I'm doing good, Lisa. Thank you. Hanging in there. Carlin's like, you're still doing makeup? Yeah, bitch. Well, because I'm talking, it's taking longer than it normally would too, because I'm sitting here squawking and I'm in 100% no rush. I can usually, if I'm just sitting down and hanging out myself, paint my face in a couple hours and be done. 90 minutes if I'm really speeding through. But like I'm squawking and talking to people and looking at comments, and all of that has really slowed me down because I never normally do it. But if I'm powering through, it's about a 90-minute process. Aw, thanks, Carlin. You're sweet. That's a nice compliment. You're adorable. Thank you. Okay, so Vega, I like it made me really nervous at first too. Um, but I don't know. You can correct it if you need to. I also like know what eye shape I'm going for, so it's not like, and like you can see, I get in there with my fingers sometimes too. Um, it's not like I'm surprised or get confused. You know what I mean? Like I think once you know this is where I'm going, this is what I want it to look like, it becomes a little easier to just like, nope, this is it, boop, and you put it on. You know? I don't know. Also, if you screw up, it's just makeup. You fix it. The hardest part I have is actually symmetry. Yeah, I can't remember. I'll have to look it up from the Mac website. I can't remember. There's a couple different ones out there that other people have said they love. Like I know a handful of people who really there's like a NYX one that they use, and then there's another one that's supposed to be pretty popular, but I have only ever used the black track. But like I suppose any cream gel eyeliner would work technically. Oh, okay, that is a real tea. Like, it is less forgiving to fix colors over glue. You are not wrong. I will not argue that point. That is for sure. Okay, so I'm just taking a little bit of black eyeshadow now and blending. Sometimes I do more or less black depending on what's going on or what kind of look I'm doing. I know I'm doing like a very neutral look today, so. I love that your kids are enjoying it. That's awesome, Jackie. That makes me happy. I apologize for any swear words I may have dropped earlier. I was really desperately trying to keep it family friendly. So, um, but it's hard to remember sometimes to watch my Sailor Mouth. I used to. I'm a dog person, to be perfectly honest. I miss having a puppy dog. So that's like I thought about trying to go find me one during all of this, but the thing is my schedule is so crazy sometimes that I don't know that it's fair to a dog. So I'm for sure waiting until I'm not Empress anymore. And then I think there is a puppy dog in my future. Oh, Vega, you don't like the Nyx one? Fair. The thing you can do though too to fix the shape if like it starts to like be wonky, um, is just like take your foundation or like a white, and you can go back in and redefine all of that center bit. So instead of trying to like subtract it off, you add another layer over the top to sort of get that to blend. I know, easier said than done. It is still easier to blend over skin than it is glue. I don't care who you are or how long you've been doing drag. That's the truth. And like the longer you use this product, the more it dries out. Like I just for some reason I caught a bit that was really flaky and it just literally pulled it off my eyeball just now. So there you go. Yeah, it would still like I could still go in and because I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it with glitter today. So I'll get there eventually. But for right now, we're gonna move into some browns. I'm still just working in that James Charles palette. Like I really soften my pressure when I get towards the inside edge. It's not like a rainbow of color for me. It's like it gets tighter as it goes in. So it starts wider and then it pinches down, which I think is an important like shaping moment. And I'm using just sort of like warm brown tones. I love to do this with purples too. That's always really pretty. You can sort of do whatever, like, whatever makes you happy, really. Like, it's makeup, let's be honest. You figure out what you like by doing it. I'm going all the way into that bridge on my nose. Hello, Emperor! That's my Emperor, Jody. Hi, Jody. How are you? I know, right? You watching me paint like in Portland? I Vega, I love a purple eye. We'll do that sometime. Like what I might do is just go live for that part of it. Just do the purple. Get purple. I like purple's one of my favorite colors. So, but we're doing sort of like a nude and a like a gold glitter, I think, today, because I'm going to be wearing the crown. So. So I'm just going back and forth. This one's sort of like a flat little like shader brush moment. And I'm going to go into some of like the lighter tones. A little bit of like that orangey sort of vibe. Sort of that mid-tone. And I use like a fluffy brush to blend it out. What don't I say, Vega? So like I really like to have it be smaller here and then like get wider. I'm not a fan of when the width of eyeshadow is the same here as it is here. Like I don't like when it's just a full rainbow. I think it's more elongating when you get that stretch. That's my 10 cents. Is that what you were talking about, sis? Sorry. Like the talking into a bow. Oh, the purple's my favorite color. Shut up, bitch. I wonder what gave it away. It's in like everything I do. Uh, and if you're like, real talk, especially when you're first beginning, like if you make sure you got some good powder down there, so as like shadow falls down, you really can like swipe it away. Um, I don't get a ton of fallout with what I'm doing, so I don't stress too much about it. But I use a bunch of different colors when I'm doing stuff like this. Using sort of like a little champagne-y moment, something with a little shimmer in it. And then I think go back into a little more white. Some old school jams. Come on, vintage. I know that my curtain is in purple. I mean, on the other side of these sequins, there's a little bit of like a purple tinge, which is why they have that like, there's a little multi-tonal to them. But maybe next time I'll find my purple curtain. We'll see. And then like, I'm going to work back with a little more dark brown over here. I don't know who Lindy is, but maybe they're going to do a Lindy Hop. Yeah, I've always loved purple. Well, for those of you who have seen my living room or seen a photo of me in my living room, you know that that is my favorite color. Um, I also do love like a really deep, dark, beautiful teal moment as well. Just jewel tones are always a good choice, I think. Color me biased. Yeah, see, I already got that little like, I don't know if you can see it, but my eyeball is starting to cry over there. So you know what this calls for? More makeup! If it's just going to run to that point on your face anyways, you might as well just put makeup on it. And then I'm going to pull out my Shivering White again. Just sort of like clean up this highlight edge. I also like to take some into the center corner there. Yeah, it's starting to be a face. And of course, it always comes together with lashes too, let's be honest. Little lash. Always makes it better. Yes, Vegas curtain would be royal blue. It's funny how you sort of start to get like set in a color choice. Pink has always been my signature color. Bonus points if you know the movie. If you don't, you have homework. Hashtag truth. Where's the lie? Right, let's sharpen up some of these lines, shall we? My face. Got myself a little pen liner here. And more black. So I don't know if you noticed, but everything I do sort of works on that same line that I set up at the beginning with my foundation. It's all right there. Set up on that line. Take a whack at Weezer. Yes. I do love emerald green, sweetheart. That's my birthstone. I'm a May baby, so. Go on, Malin. Slap her. We'll sell t-shirts. They'll say, I slapped Weezer Boudreaux. Or something like that. I don't have a screenplay right in front of me, but. Yes, sharp eyeliner. Now I'm dripping. I love. They're a little bit chunkier than I normally would do, but I'm nervous. I love when Anel goes in to do Truvy's hair. Oh, it's so funny. Dolly Parton. I love Truvy in that show, and she is a hairdresser, so I relate. But I'm definitely more of a Clary, I think. I don't know who's your all's like Steel Magnolia's other half. Everybody's got somebody they identify with. Something tells me Jody's a Shelby, maybe. Oh. Are your colors pink and pink, Jody? Yep, Weezer. All right, MGM. We are who we are, right? And then she's got eyeliner. It's the miracle. Oh my God, you are Clary! I mean, you know what they say. If you don't have anything nice to say, come sit next to me. It's why I always say, you know I love you more than my luggage. she's so good. She's one of my favorite characters. But I'm a little Truvy. There's a little Dolly Parton in there. Sis, Vega, who would you be, gal? Do you have a Steel Magnolia spirit animal? I do love that movie. They're just such funny and it's so charming. All right, here comes the fun part. It's glitter time! So I put my glitter on with a very obnoxious product. It's called Prozade. It's literally prosthetic adhesive, but it doesn't come off. I need a drink. Jody, I know, if only the bars were open. Oh, miss you too, Juanita. Haven't seen you in an age. I was looking forward to drag brunch. It's going to be a cute little moment. And then, Corona. How many times have you heard somebody like, my Corona? So it's a little bottle of white goo, and I put it on a Q-tip because it is sticky. This is what I use in theater when I'm gluing like a fake nose to somebody or like fake ears for Puck in Midsummer Night's Dream or something like that. It is very runny. They make a thicker version you can use. As the liquid evaporates out of it, it gets thicker. You know, it sort of has a moisture content that starts to evaporate a little bit. Days to get the glitter. I know, Jody knows. You really do have to use like a remover to get it off. But do you know what I hate more than anything, guys? Is having a face full of glitter because it's all fallen from your eyelid. I hate that. Hate it. Horrible. So I'd rather make sure it's on. And it do stay on. So you just have to use a remover like Bond Off or something like that. Take it right off. Pleasant. I am pleasant. Oh my God, I have to. Yesterday I saw Drum Eatonton down at the Piggly Wiggly and I smiled. Oh my God, I died. Yep. Feels about right. I like you. You're funny. Okay, so I'm going to use some gold glitter today because it makes me happy. This is like, I don't want to dump it everywhere. You see all that? Yes. Glittery goodness. It is like AB glitter and some Ben Nye glitter and some MAC gold pigment, and I mixed like 5 things together into this. But I like that little bit of AB glitter mixed into the gold glitter. But like you see how well that sticks. I just dip that Q-tip right in there. And I get hardly any fallout while I do this too. And if you if you've worked with glitter, loose glitter, in any capacity, you know it can be a bitch. And she is twinkly and sparkly. No, Platinum, I would not use this on a hairline unless you wanted it to be there for a very long time. You could, like, if you were putting a wig on for a while, you could use this. Like if you were putting on like a tube, it would work. But I would not recommend using this. You can use spirit gum is what I use for my wig lines, and I tell you what, it works real good. Um, and you could use it as a glitter adhesive if you wanted to. I think it would probably work. But spirit gum's a little intense. Um, in terms of like it's like flowiness, like it's so like goopy because it's like resin. What I like about this is it's very liquid, so it smooths and smooths on real easy, and you have very little to like fuss with, which I appreciate. In a product. And I just pack that stuff on until my whole eyelid is covered in sparkly, sparkly glitter. We'll take over here too so you can see it. Get all that sparkle. All that twinkle. Oh, hey, Zara. How you doing, baby girl? It's good to see you too. How you been, lady? Feel like I haven't seen much from you either recently. Doing good? Staying healthy? Keeping Colton out of trouble? Okay. And then one of the most obnoxious parts. Ooh. Oh, damn it. Hold, please. Be throwing lids everywhere. One of the most obnoxious parts is doing the liner on the inner corner of my eyeball. Hi, Jane. How are you, sweetheart? Enjoying a little makeup tutorial? There she is. Now if I can match it on the other side. There she is. Whew. Just takes a little more focus and pay real close attention to what I'm doing. Otherwise, all of a sudden your eyes are writing together in the middle of your darn face. Oh, thank you, Jane. I sure miss all you guys. I wish we were in the midst of Midsummer Night's Dream right now. I was excited for that one. Hopefully you're staying safe. I saw that you were doing like bar classes online and stuff like that. I think that's so great for the dancers. I love that. So cute. Hopefully they've been appreciative. I'm sure it's got to be hard on their bodies to have to all of a sudden just stop working like that. Like, just go hide in a home now. No more dancing. Um, Platinum, I get spirit gum from any like sort of makeup brand has theirs. I like the Krylon spirit gum the best. Normally I would send you the Last Looks in Midvale, but you could probably find it online and have it shipped. Krylon might be shipping there based out of San Francisco, but I don't know for sure. It's a possibility. But you could probably like Google spirit gum on Amazon and pull it up. But the Krylon brand of spirit gum is my favorite. Now I will say this. If you are going to get a brand new bottle of spirit gum, especially if it's like the Ben Nye one, you need to leave that sucker sitting open, yes, open, somewhere safe, for like a day at least. At least. Because it is so runny and you need it to get tacky faster. So just let some of the water content evaporate out. So it is goopy, because that's part of what makes it work on a lace line, is that goopy factor. That's why I don't want to deal with it on my eyeballs. But prosthetic adhesive is also very gentle in terms of like fumes, so it doesn't agitate my eyeballs at all, which is nice. Love you too, Jane. Take care. Thanks for watching. I am sure the video will be up for a while if you want to see the final product when you're done. Miss you too, sweetheart. Take care. Angela, what do you talk about? You are pretty. You're gorgeous. So I'm just using my black liner pen here and like sharpening up all that black. Just, crisping it up a little bit. I'm also going to add a little bit of twinkle underneath my eyeball. Where's my glitter at? That's the one. I've got this MAC Reflex Gold that I really like. And I am just going to take a synthetic brush and I'm going to spritz it with my Ben Nye Final Seal. So it's a little tacky. And I'm just going to quickly tap on the inside corner. It is a little minty and a little alcohol-y. So if you have sensitive eyes, you will find that this burns a little. So don't do it if that's the case. But I want it to stick on that inside corner, but I don't want to use glue right there on my eyeball, I'm just tapping that. She got a little twinkle on the inside too. Just gives a little more pop. gonna touch up my pooter. Take that contour brush and sort of bring back some of the nose contour. So, my next step is going to be to set the makeup. So I'm going to get a few things ready. I'm going to get my highlighter powder ready. This is Silver Dusk and MAC. For the 10 of you watching right now who are still with me, love you guys. Or to people who will watch later. I'm going to get some of that highlight powder ready, and then I'm going to take the Ben Nye Final Seal and give a mist. Ooh. And then I'm going to take this cute little fluffy brush, and while there's still some moisture to the skin, I'm going to get that highlighter pressed in there. Just get that some of that shimmer. Here. Ooh, there she is. Then I'm going to take my contour color again. Just going to make sure I don't have shimmer on the side of my nose where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be matte. It's the last thing we need. And then I'm also going to just punch the contour one last time, so that that's nice and poppy. A little bit of color to blend. And then, because I'm that bitch, I'm going to go back to my blush. Just make sure that color is sitting nice on top. Get that nice, full, plump cheek, Henny. And then it's lip time. Should I do lips or lashes? Let's do lips first. I haven't had lashes on for such a long time. We'll save them for the very end. I kind of forgot to do my bottom lashes with mascara. Oops. I have such pale lashes that I need to cover them up. Some people don't bother with it if they have dark lashes, but I've been putting so much light powder on and all that sort of stuff. I gots to. Oh, hello, Troy. I didn't even see your comment come through. Mr. Williams, it's always good to see you. How are you today, my love? What color of lip should we do, friends? Probably going to be something sort of in the nude family, right? See what we got. Maybe something with a little gold in it. I'm digging through my box of many colors over here. I think we're going to start with this guy here. So when I use these, because they're a liquid lipstick, I don't do liner. So Tori and Blair, if you're still watching, or if you go back to it, I didn't even think about telling you to maybe use a liquid lipstick. So I start with a good coat, just with the little brush, and then I use a lip brush to go in and get a little more definition. And this is where I start doing like the overdrawing. Is my mom still watching, Blair? Hi, Mom, if you're watching. Love ya. Sorry, it's hard to talk while you're doing lips because you sort of have to do lips. And I've got to be like up in the mirror to do it because I'm blind as a bat otherwise. She's starting to come together. Yes, lips. She cute or whatever. Or did I say the color? This guy's Celebrity Skin from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I do love his nudes, as Vega and I talked about earlier today. Makes a nice nude. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of this dark brown color and mix into the color before it dries all the way. Just blending it in. It's pretty dark. This is called Dominatrix. But because I'm blending it into a lighter color, helps punch it up a little bit. You love a three-dimensional lip? Hi, James. How you doing, honey? Miss you, Mr. Larson. Hums. Humslausen, as I prefer to call him. Love you too, cute mama. Here she is. And then I think I'm going to add a little something something to the center. I've got this sort of like peachy gold color called Pussy Whipped. And I want my bottom lip to be even brighter. So if I can find it, I'm going to add one more thing. Maybe. Maybe I'm not going to add it. Well, what did I do with it? Well, that's just rude. I probably have it in a makeup kit that I like used from a show before. Aha! Never mind, it's right here. This one's called Drug Lord. You can fill in those blanks for yourself. I'm going to take just a little bit of this, right in the center there. And mix that in. to really give a little more dimension. Kenny. I think that's pretty cute. I love to mix lip colors together though, so I don't like just using one. Bored. How'd she do? Oh, you know what we're missing? Lashes. Duh. Some good old duo lash adhesive. And a pair of 301s and 199s mixed together. I think these are one of my doubled sets. Maybe they're two 301s. I don't remember. 2 pairs of lashes, though. I can't believe how small of a lash like I used to wear once upon a time. Itsy bitsy tea lashes. Oh, all right, sis. I thought I saw a text message from you come through. All right. I like to give it a second to dry so I can actually get all up on there. Oh, helps if you actually stick it to your face. And that certainly helps. Lashes make it better. Am I right? Like, that's a huge difference. I love lashes. Love them. Let's do this on the bad boy. Hang out while it dries. Give it a little twist. Sometimes, as I'm holding them, I rock the top end up, and then I also give it a little U. So there's a little twist action so that the top outside edge is going up, and then it's also curving in. Just to help give it a little shape when I put it on. Oh. Well, it helps if you don't drop your lash. Just sitting in my leg. like to push in that inside corner and then lift that outside corner. And then I'm going to take my little eyeliner pen and just fill in underneath if there's any skin gaps coming through. Works better if you've got all the black. If there's skin underneath the black, it sort of ruins the illusion. And there she is. Should we go get a wig? Let's put on a hair hat. And wipe this makeup off my hand before I put it in my hair. Do a little split screen so you guys can see the angles. Come on, makeup. All right, I'm gonna go get a wig. All right, she is back. All right, so I just plop her on, get her where I need her. What do we think, guys? All right, let's glue this bad boy down. Thanks, Mommy. Thanks, Michelle. Oh, that's Blair. Sorry. Yes, Michelle. I was just getting my hairs so y'all could see it. Glue it down for you. So with the spirit gum, I just, when it's this tight to my forehead up here, I will just tap a little bit onto the lace, and then I'll do the sides. So bonus points if you guys recognize where this wig was worn last. So low maintenance, Connell says. I know, right? The first time I wore this this piece of hers was for my This Is Me performance at one of the Golden Spike Awards. That was fun. And I just tap, tap, tap. Tap that lace into my skin. Hopefully disappears. I use my fingers. You can use a sponge. Sometimes I do, it depends, but I do like a finger. Press that glue in. You can glue less, but I do the whole lace because I don't put any wig prep on. There's nothing under here. It's just my wig. Ta-da! So I like a little glue everywhere, just because I feel like with a new wig that hasn't been glued down before, sometimes I can get away with less. I don't have to glue the forehead as much or what have you. When a wig has been worn a little bit, it makes it easier to blend in if I glue everything down. Everything, honey. Mm-hmm. And like, of course, if you get too close, you can see it. Hopefully, it's pretty well hidden. A brand new wig always hides easier. A lace line always hides easier than a wig that's been worn a few times. Like you can see. But a little Photoshop magic, a little distance. No one will even know. There she is, ladies and gentlemen. Could you just even? Thanks for painting with me. I hope you liked her. All right, kids. Thank you, Ava. Thanks, Delma. Thanks, Christy. Thanks, Michelle. Love all the positive comments. Love you guys. I'm gonna go put a crown on and film a video, so you guys will see that in a little bit too. Love you all. Take care. Have a good night. Bye.